Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I have not heard from my partner in crime yet. Looking at my phone, no messages. I'm assuming that she's going to be here. She hasn't sent me anything saying that she's going to the vet or anything like that. As far as I know, her power's still on. I don't know. So let's just carry on with this puzzle and wait for her. Good morning, Ronald. Congrats on acing the first puzzle of the day. Good morning, Ari. This puzzle looks especially hard. And I, frankly, am too sleepy to. I'm 2 seconds away from starting over, but the only reason I'm not is because you guys are here. And one of y'all might figure something out in this puzzle. Let's see. So one across. I don't know why all the clues have lines through them. I don't know if this because this site doesn't appear to. We've discussed this before. The site does not appear to be maintained at all. It feels like the puzzles that are on here they haven't added anything in 2 years, it looks like. We still do what's there because we enjoy it. I wish there was another site like this because I like the setup of it. It works perfectly for our purposes, at least. But it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. I wish that they were maintaining it more. I knew you were going to get that article in the French, the 27 across article in the French newspaper. I knew you were going to get that. I just knew it. 32 across. It says journalist leases pieces of stationery with a question mark, which means it's a cheeky answer or a punny answer or something like that. I would say, because it says stationery, I would say the first word is Frank. So it's Frank's something, but I don't know what. That's what I would say. Just like 56 across says actor Oldman's past lovers. I know the first word would be Gary, so it would be Gary's something, but I don't know. I don't know. Because it's 13. It's 13 letters, so it's Gary's something. I don't know. 57 down. May to Peter Parker. So that would be, I know that one. That would be Ant. 41 down. I'll take it. No, I don't know what that means. Okay, let me just start from the top. One across, private dining room. Let me do the downs. Maybe that'll work better. One down. Peyote by another name. Isn't that? I want to say mezcal, but that can't be right. Oh, well, I was right. See, things get stuck in my brain sometimes. Okay. 2 down, 6 letters. What's left? Remains. I don't know. I wouldn't think of a mess as a private dining room. A mess, I think of a mess hall, like in the military. I would not think of that as a private dining room, but okay. Okay. So then two down, what's left? Six letters. Still don't know. So I'm jumping all over the place here, guys. 13 across. The oldest Hames sister. I don't know which one. I know who the Hames are. I do not know the sisters' first names. I know that they are not like common first names like Jane and Mary, and you know what I mean? They're not weird first names, but they're less common first names. Let's see. Four down. Court motion. Court motion. Court motion. Ooh. That's on the tip of my tongue and not coming to me. Follower of Oscar. I still don't know what that is. 14 across. Bat signal. Oh, that's sonar. There we go. 15 across. Fudge as in the numbers. That's not coming to me either. 16. Where's 16 across? Could it be stir? I've made kanji before, but I don't know what word they're going for. Prepare kanji. Stir. Okay. That's not the word I would have thought of, but okay. A matter of degrees. Angle. See, you are helping me so much, Ronald, by answering a few of these that has helped open it up for me, because I had one answer and that was it. Yes, put down your crochet and look at it and help the poor girl. Let's see. Okay. 19. I guess I should send her a message and ask her where she is. Okay. Because I tell you true, I had one ear out for my phone early this morning, half hoping she was going to text me and say, I've got to go to the doctor, or I've got to do this, or I've got to do that. We're not going to do a stream today, so I could roll back over and go to bed, because I did not get very much sleep last night. Translation this morning, it was almost 4 a.m. before I could go to sleep. And I tried so hard. I did all my normal things and could not go to sleep. 19 across. Period when active rains showed up in almost every movie. Calling. Is it calling something? Calling. I don't know. So all of these say, so all of these start with some sort of C. It says silent cow. So I guess all these start with CA. All these long ones start with CAL. So the end of that one is Frank's instead of the beginning. Okay. Calling. Calling cards? That makes no sense to me, though. I guess because I had Lisa Frank stuck in my head, so I thought 32 Across should have something to do with Lisa Frank because it's question mark in the stationery, but maybe it has nothing to do with Lisa Frank. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, she said she was on her way. She's just running behind. She's running way behind because it's a quarter to 11, but whatevs, whatevs. Okay, let's see. 15 across. No, I still don't know that one. 22 across. Make the scene. I thought that would be arrive, attend. Okay. Let's make the scene as in I'm at the party now. I'm here. Make the scene. Okay. Let's see. What's left? Could it be a state? Two down. What's left would be someone's estate. Again, not what I would have thought of. So Estee is one of the Hames sisters then. So I told you their first names are not like Estee is not a weird name, but it's not a very common one either. Court motion served. That's what I was trying to think of. 19 across. Should have been almost everything. Oh, okay, I got it. Because you have the CAL and then Bing, and then I don't know what the last half of that was. So when they said Lisa, they meant Lisa Ling. So Cal Ling cards. Got it. Cal Gary Flames. Got it. Understand. Got it. Still don't know what the first one is though. Cal Bing. Because I would have said 90s. 6 down. Grunge vibe. Angst. Okay, at least I got something. Okay, 8 down. Throw in a room. Throw in a room. Oh, an area rug. An area rug. The one thing about this puzzle that kind of, and Maya has mentioned this before, that kind of throws me off is like on 8 down where it says area rug, on like a traditional puzzle like New York Times or whatever, instead of calling that 7 words, they would have put 4 comma 3. So you know it's 2 words. But this one does not give you any hint that it's 2 words or 3 words or whatever. It just puts all the letters, which is a little frustrating. Calving season. Oh, that makes sense, Ronald. That makes sense. You're so much better at this than I am. Okay, let's see. 10 down. This was a moderate. No, this wasn't a moderate large. I think this was a hard large. I think. That's why it took me so long to get started, the hard large ones. But once you get in there, it's just trying to get more than a couple words is difficult on these for me. Medical spa. Still don't know that one. 24 across, jam ingredient. Well, I mean, a jar? No, it's not going to be the jar. Jam Ingredient. Jam. Oh, a car, like a traffic jam. That's why there was a question mark. Car. Okay. At 10 down. Medical spa. Oh, medical spa. Skincare. See, I was trying to think of something like a massage or something weird. Skincare is just very general. Okay. That one I'm not going to get. 15 across, fudge as in the numbers. I see if there was an I, would have said skim. I don't know. And 12 down is floor, 3 letters. So they don't mean a floor like you stand on, I don't think, not with 3 letters. So then it's A blank E. So to floor somebody is to kind of like knock them out. Oh, how about awe? That would be skew the numbers. There we go. Whew. Maybe talking it out loud does help sometimes.
I'm here to shut this down.
No, we were going so well.
Nope. Not
we were
anymore.
Going so well.
I also didn't even put you on the right screen. I need to put you on the TV. I'm back in the office now.
That's the second time Ronald's had a puzzle shut down on him. That's so rude.
So sorry. It's my job. Oh, no. Hello? Okay. Sorry, my whole TV turned off.
I'm so sorry, Ronald, that she was mean and shut down our puzzle. We finally we're making some headway on that puzzle.
I'm here to shut this down. And also to talk about, have you heard about the Puffs cookies?
No, but how about we do an intro and then we can talk about Puffs cookies? Because you are way late. It's almost 11 o'clock.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I am, though. I'm sorry to the people. I'm sure you'll be fine.
You're not sorry to me.
Nope, just to the people. Switching the music. Fixing my nose ring that's crooked. Dang, I didn't even put on eyebrows or anything, huh?
Honey, I'm still in my pajamas, but...
I also don't think I put anything in our little listicle.
So I pull it up anyway, just in case.
Yep, I'm just gonna be vibing.
It sounds like both of us. Are you gonna count me in, or am I just left here all by myself?
Forgot. I'm groggy today.
So am I. I just realized my eyes aren't open. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday morning post Snowmageddon edition of the Conversation Chair. I am your presenter, Dani, the Lethargic Glass. And with me is my partner in crime, and my wee bairn,
Artemis the Fatigued, as usual.
And if you've never been here before, we are just a little chatty chat show. We are here to be excuse me. We are here to be your audio ambiance. We are here to be your background sound. I'm crooked. We are here to keep you company while you are doing the dishes, taking care of the laundry, running after those little rugrats, and trying to figure out what to do with that bathtub full of water that you ran on Friday night just in case the pipes freeze. And
I mean,
now you don't want to waste it.
it's supposed to be for flushing the toilet. You could just use it to flush the toilet until you're out of
Yes,
water.
that's what I'm gonna do with it. But
Also,
every time I go to the bathroom, I just, because my toilet is like in a lot of people's bathrooms, my toilet is like right next to the tub. So I go to the bathroom and it's like, yep, there's still water there.
all that water.
All
Also, did
that
you
water.
see that we're supposed to be getting like another 3 inches of snow this weekend?
I did.
Because of some like coastal, they're calling it like a bomb hurricane or something.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, wouldn't it be funny? Because I got several TikToks, not too many, but I got several TikToks on Sunday, I think it was, North Carolina accounts going, where's the storm? Nothing happened. Where's the storm? And like I was telling your brother, I understand the impulse, because it's like you did all the preparation. They were all over the news. And for me, it was even more than usual. Because I've been on TikTok for a couple of years. So it's not like this was my first winter on TikTok. I've been on TikTok for a couple of years. But this year was the first time that I was seeing people who don't even live anywhere near here or in any of the state, like people who were in California who weren't going to get any of the snow, sending out messages about, well, here's foods that you can eat that you don't have to cook if your power goes out and stuff like that. I mean, everybody was jumping on the bandwagon about it reminded me of when that first time they said TikTok was going to go dark and everybody was saying goodbye. And my whole everything was full of people just saying goodbye. That was my whole following and FYP. Just every video was somebody saying goodbye and telling you where it could be. This felt like that. Everybody was talking about what to do in the storm, how much water should drip through your pipes to keep it from freezing, and all that kind of stuff. So that amplified it and made it feel like, oh, this is going to be a bigger storm than I thought. And so even your father, made sure he had an extra.
Yeah, he was texting me and was like, did anything start? You're not going to go driving out in this? I'm like, nah, I have the weekend off, so I'm staying home.
I think for him, part of that was because he had already had a trip planned. So it was already paid for and everything. So he's leaving town as all of this is happening. And I guess he was like, oh, I got to make sure everybody's taken care of before I go. And your brother came over here and it was like he lived here again, because he just sat in his chair, he brought his PlayStation and played on his PlayStation for 3 days. And then went back home
to be safe.
I'm not sure what he could do. I assumed that the whole reason he's here, because I'm looking at the tree right in our driveway. In our yard. The tree in our front yard. Push come to shove, if something crazy happened and the tree exploded, it went through the front window, then we've got 2 able-bodied people who can pull the wood out of the window, because Chloe and Isaac could do it, because I couldn't do it.
That tiny, tiny tree just exploding.
That tree's not as tiny anymore, dear.
In my head, that tree is so small.
Yeah, in your head from when you lived here, but that tree's not tiny anymore.
It's still kind of small.
I mean, it's not as huge as some of these people who have these, who have lived in their houses for 50 years and have these big, huge trees, but it's not a tiny tree.
My neighbors across the street have an enormous, they have multiple, really big trees in their yard. Their trees, we get acorns in our driveway because their trees are up and hanging over our driveway.
Oh, that's crazy. Yes, Ari, he came to take care of us.
Yes.
So sweet.
And also, like Ari said in the chat, yesterday was my last day at the job that I hated.
And you didn't have to work yesterday.
I did have to work yesterday. I didn't have to work Monday. I did have to work yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Today's Wednesday. Duh.
Yeah, but it was pretty slow yesterday. It went by pretty quickly. Also, I literally just got a text message from my manager.
Nobody gave you an attitude or anything?
No, they did not.
Nobody cared one way or the other that you were leaving?
Not really. I got some, you can get like a dozen cookies from McDonald's for like $7. I got some cookies and brought them in and was like, hey, I brought in cookies because it's my last day. And one of essentially the district manager was like, oh, that's so sweet. We're supposed to do that for you. And in my head, I'm like, but I knew y'all freaking weren't. So I got cookies for myself.
And strangely that you mentioned that, I remember hearing that in some countries, it is the person whose birthday they're supposed to bring the trees.
Like if it's my birthday, I'm bringing the cake?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's
Absolutely
your birthday, you bring the cake to share with everybody. That's their tradition.
I will not participate in this tradition. Absolutely not. But I did bring my own cookies because I just kind of wanted cookies that day anyway. Yeah. But I literally, as just a couple minutes ago, as we're on stream, got a text message from my manager because I was asking her before. She says that I can use my PTO for my last paycheck. So I just have to put in because I had like 12 hours of PTO. I just have to put in my PTO for 2 days this week. And I will get my PTO.
I don't feel like you were there long enough to get PTO.
Yeah, because they like delay it so you don't accrue any PTO for the first like 60 days that you're there or something like that. But apparently I was there long enough to accrue at least 12 hours of PTO and I'm going to get it.
So go ahead and take your money.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. So I haven't
started yet. I've got this weekend off so I can kind of rest, recuperate, rejuvenate, all of those words. And then starting on February 3rd is my first day of training. I have to talk to the farmers market today because I told them in my interview that I wouldn't be able to work on Wednesdays. But I think because they're training me and one other person. And so I think because they're training 2 people, they just set up like a regular training schedule. So I have to go do my training on Wednesdays for the next 2 weeks. So I need to tell the farmers market that I won't be there for 2 weeks. And then once I can get my normal schedule back. So I got to do that.
Cool. Well, I am hoping and praying that this works out.
Me too.
Because I really want you to we've discussed this before. I want you to have something that is steady so that you can still do your side hustle.
Me too. And because I feel like if anyone were to look at my job history over the past year, it looks like I'm doing the Gen Z job hopping thing. And I'm truly not. I stayed at Party City.
First of all, you are not Gen Z.
I'm not, but I'm attributing the job hopping thing to them. But I'm not. I stayed at Party City for almost 3 years, making like $11 an hour.
Yeah.
I'm not just job hopping. I'm trying to find a job that I can stay at.
Because they didn't pay you very well, but it worked with the other things that you needed to do.
The scheduling worked out. I didn't hate my coworkers. Like, the job itself wasn't hard. But, sorry. I am saying that for my own peace of mind because I feel like people are looking at me like, why are you jobbing all these jobs? And I'm like, because all these jobs have freaking sucked.
Well, you're just fortunate that it is happening during this era in our country, because a lot of people are having to job hop because things are happening, and it's not your fault the Party City closed on you. Everybody knows the Party City closed, so it's not your fault the Party City closed on you. Anybody looking at your resume would know, okay, it's not your fault. And you stayed at McDonald's a good while too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was only making, I think I was only making 12 or 14 at McDonald's, but I also stayed at McDonald's for about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was at Bojangles for like a year and a half, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I can stay at a job as long as the job stays right and doesn't get crazy.
Yeah.
But on to more important things. Puff cookies.
Puff cookies. Tell me about these puff cookies. What
They're
are they?
like, they're from Pillsbury, but this is like how they are when they're done. You get them out of the package.
That looks like you just scraped the dough off the thing to put in the oven.
It does. You're supposed to take it out of the thing and you roll them into a ball because they come in like, when they're kind of like square, like pre-divided sections in the cookies. But you take it off and you're supposed to roll it into a ball and put it on the baking thing and you bake it and they're just like puff. We had some last.
Okay, does it say puff cookies on the label, or is this some TikTok thing that they're teaching you how to do?
No, it says puff cookies on the label. Hang on, Wayne sent me a picture of our.
Well, I bought some cookies. I've got them in the freezer. I hope I didn't accidentally buy puff cookies because I don't want no puff cookies.
No, you would know because it says puff truly so big.
Oh, okay.
But we had the like fudge brownie ones, and it was basically just having like a little brownie bite, and it had chocolate chips in it. It was very good. But the chocolate chip cookie ones also very good. It's just like a different texture because I'm a person, I don't like a crunchy cookie. I like a soft cookie. Every time I want my cookies to be soft. So this is like the ultimate soft cookie. It's just a little.
If I'm really in the mood for like fresh cookies, which is what I was in the mood for, was fresh from the oven cookies, then I kind of want them to be flat and a little chewy.
These are a little chewy, not flat though. Robin, you should try the brownie ones then. The puff cookies, are they Pillsbury? What's it say? What are
you? They're probably Pillsbury.
Who created you?
Who created you?
I can't tell. The picture won't let me zoom in enough.
They're so weird. Who created you?
But they are delicious. I'm enjoying them. I need to finish eating them though, because I remembered at the last second, which is how my whole life functions. Remembered at the last second that I was supposed to be working on something for the farmer's market this week and then forgot to do it.
Oh Lord.
So at the market, my whole job is whenever customers come in and they have an EBT card or a credit card, the vendors can't always run those. And so they come run it with us. We give them tokens. The customers pay the vendors in tokens, and then the vendors turn in their tokens at the end of market to us. I write down all the little tallies and we count out cash and give them cash same day. We are the only market in this area that gives out cash same day. Everybody else has to wait till next week. So, but anyway, but people like our market because of that. But so we have these little like Ziploc sandwich bags that have everyone's name on them. That like so I don't have to like go through the thing and recount out like how much money so and so had. I have like there's East Fork bagels. Here's East Fork's bag. Here's East Fork's money. I put it in. I mark off that I handed him his money. The problem is that we outside of like maybe 5 or 6 regular vendors, we have kind of a rotating cast of vendors depending on what week of the month it is, and we only had so many bags, and then we also had to use bags for the holiday market, so we had a bunch of extra vendors that don't normally vend with us that needed bags.
I mean, how hard is it to buy new Ziploc bags?
Very hard when your market manager refuses. One of the Ziploc bags that we use to keep track. Okay. So all of our tokens, we count all of our tokens out in sections of 20, because when the EBT people come, if they swipe their EBT card, for the first $20 that they swipe, they get an extra $20 in a different token that's the Farm Fresh token that they can spend on fruits and veg. So that most people will come and say, I want the 20, and they'll get $20 and then an extra $20. So they essentially get $40. And so we keep those pre-rolled in the little sandwich bags, that not the ones that have the Ziploc, but the little ones that have the like flipped edge. You know the ones I'm talking about. So we keep those pre-rolled in those. we do not give those bags out, because we could just say, here's your bag. We do not give those bags out. She specifically says, no, make sure you take the tokens out of the bags. We reuse all of those sandwich bags. And then the bag.
I mean, good for the environment, but come on now.
She does not shop at Walmart. She does not like to shop at Amazon. She does not like to go to fast food. The bag that
she's crunchy.
Yes. She is crunchy. She raises chickens and goats. She literally, the bag that we put, so we have the bags that the tokens come in, and then we have another bag that we put those bags in once we take the tokens out so that we can keep track of them. That is the bag of bags. That bag of bags belonged to her grandmother, who passed away several years ago. She's been holding onto this bag for 20 years.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, she always puts that, because you can see her grandmother's handwriting on it. But yes, so we are not buying new bags. I have to take these bags that have been written on and then rewritten on because they were used for one person and then used for another person. I need to take some rubbing alcohol, because we keep forgetting to bring the rubbing alcohol to market. So I need to take the rubbing alcohol, clean these bags off, and then we will rewrite the names today at market.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
I mean, again, good for the environment, but come on.
I mean, I'm not too mad because I missed a week earlier this month, and so this is me making up for that week, so they can still just pay me a full paycheck instead of cutting my paycheck by 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just wipe the bags.
Oh Lord, crazy. So, do we want to move on to our Yarny Crafty thoughts?
I promise that in the upcoming weeks I will have more Yarny Crafty thoughts. But as of right now, I don't got nothing.
Yeah. Before I click Yarny Crafty, I just wanted to say, oh Lord, I did not sleep well last night. I mean, more than usual. I know this is a repeated refrain on here, but more than usual. I mean, because I did my normal routine and everything and laid down and tossed and turned and tossed and turned. My whole arm here is bothering me. Ooh. And I could not get comfortable, even more so than usual. And so I ended up sitting up again until I got so sleepy, because I have to get so sleepy that I don't notice that my arm hurts or that my leg hurts or that whatever hurts. I took some ibuprofen. I did all the things. And why are you making a face? Does it stink?
No, it does stink, but that just sounds bad. It sounds uncomfortable and unpleasant.
So basically it was almost 4:00 in the morning before I fell asleep. And it was so late that my watch was because I'm sleeping with my Apple Watch now to get all, because you have to sleep with it on for a certain number of days so that it gets all your stats, your breathing, and all the other stuff. For some reason it does it better while you're sleeping, so you don't get all your stats till you sleep with it for a certain number of nights. So I've been sleeping with it, like I told you last week. I've been sleeping with it. And the watch was confused.
Yeah, because you were up in the morning?
Because normally it just reverts to do not disturb till 8:30 in the morning, because I have a schedule set from, oh, that's yucky. I have a schedule set from, it's like 11:45. It reminds me, start winding down. And then, I mean, this is before my watch. I've had this set on my phone back when I still had an iPhone 6S, and I'm on an iPhone 12. So I've had this same schedule for a long time. 11:45, 12:30, I'm supposed to go to sleep. 11:30, I'm supposed to wake up. Now, I don't always fall asleep at that time, but my phone is definitely on do not disturb from 12:30 to 8:30 a.m. the next morning. And I had so much trouble sleeping, even after I felt like I was sleepy and laid back down. Still, I went through several podcasts. Usually, before the 1 hour is up on the first podcast, I'm asleep. I went through several podcasts before I finally fell asleep. And so the watch, I don't think ever went to do not disturb. It never went to do not disturb because like at 7:50 this morning, it told me, okay, time to stand up. Because it gives me reminders every hour to stand up. That's part of the rings thing on an Apple Watch. You have move, stand, and exercise.
You can't set it to like go within certain hours because that's what my watch does. Is I
well, I mean, that's what the do not disturb was supposed to be. But this thing,
but if it's based on when it thinks you're asleep, I want to set it for specific hours. Do not bother me before 9 a.m.
It thought I was awake. The do not disturb did not even kick in because I couldn't sleep well last night.
Also, speaking of waking up early, so I still have to go take all of my scrubs back to my old job.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, it sucks. I was trying to bring them in yesterday, but I forgot to wash them the day before. So, but our dryer's still broken, so I had to like.
I honestly thought maybe they made you buy those, and so now they're yours.
No, I wish though, because one of them is real cute. I know what brand makes the one that I really like, so I might look up and just buy the shirt because it's a really cute shirt. Maybe I can pull that up in a minute when I'm not covered in alcohol. But so I turned in my key fob that lets me get into the building like before the stores open. And so I was like, yeah, once everything gets washed, then I'll bring them back sometime later this week. And she's like, okay. And since you already turned in your key fob, if you like get here before the store opens or anything, just give me a text message and I'll be here. I'll go open the door for you. And I'm like, okay. And then I turned to my other coworker and I'm like, there's absolutely no way in hell I'm going to be up that early. There's no way in hell I'm going to be out that early. Why would I be up and out that early?
Exactly.
Like, thank you for the sentiment. I'm not.
Seriously.
Okay. These bags are going quickly, but this alcohol stinks.
Ugh, I can imagine. Okay, so yarny crafty thoughts, people.
What we got? Ooh, Ronald says, I'm working on another 6-day star blanket. I just tied on my third cake last night. Ooh.
Yeah, I want to get back to my 6-day star blanket. But I'm still working on these slippers because next week is the start of February. So that's when Terry's going to start texting me going, when do we want to get together for February? So I would like to go ahead and get these slippers done. But again, I'm working on them now while we're chatting, and I'm still not any further than I was last week, still on the first slipper. Because I just had no desire to pick up anything this past week. I didn't work on any, I would go in there after I get done working, and I would go in there and I'd sit down and I'd bring the project bag up and sit it right next to me. And that's as far as it got. That's as far as it got. By the time I finished taking all my turns on
BGA,
and not the turns on BGA necessarily, but I think I've been playing too many games on my iPad and stuff, because I think maybe that's why my arm and shoulder are bothering me. Although it's bothering me here in my elbow area, which is not usually where I have pain. It's like right here and here, and that's not usually where I have pain. But as long as I keep my arm straight, it's comfortable. It's when I have to bend my arm, which I have to do to type and do other things, is where it's uncomfortable. So I try to keep.
Are you out here getting carpal tunnel?
I'm trying to keep my arm straight as much as possible. But so I think I've been playing too many of the Scrambly and the other games that I've been playing. So I'm gonna have to Well, I also, which we'll get to that on our media consumption in a minute. So I've not really done but like one row on that slipper since, and I thought that I was going to. I think another reason why I didn't get anything done was because this weekend with the storm, I was like, okay, the power might go out. So I was trying to arrange things in order. I don't know if anybody else does this in their brain, but like for instance, with food, I was doing the same thing with food this weekend. With food, I thought the power was might go out. So when I would go downstairs to get something to eat, I was picking from things that needed to be cooked in the microwave. Because I've gone back, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I've gone back to using my Chronometer app to track what I'm eating. And
Okay.
so I'm doing mostly things that are packaged. I'm
Mhm.
doing the healthier packaged items, but I'm doing things that are mostly packaged, because I don't have the stamina to stand in front of the stove and cook. We know this already because of my back. But also, things that are packaged have barcodes, and I can scan the barcode and it puts all the info into the app, and then it's easier for me. And I've already lost 3 pounds.
Look at you.
But I think part of that is because I'm making an active effort to try to close my rings on my watch as well. So I've only closed them twice, but I've gotten close a couple times since I've gotten the watch. So, but so yeah, so I thought if we're gonna be without power, I won't be able to cook these things that are only that are microwave only. I had a bunch of food that we can cook on the stove because we have a gas stove. For those who don't know,
Yeah.
we have a gas stove, so I can cook. I knew I could cook things on the stovetop. So and I had things like canned spaghetti and canned beans and things like that I knew I could do in ramen. But I didn't want to eat that stuff up just in case there was a storm. So I was eating it. So that's how I think of things. So I was doing the same thing with my crafty things. I was like, if the power goes out, I don't want to
be able to color.
Well, no, we have a lighting situation worked up. So I knew I'd be able to color and do things like that. But like I won't be able to play any of my video games or any of the things that are online, like my BGA turns and stuff. So I was trying to do that stuff because I was thinking the power is going to go out any minute. So, I'm going to wake up the next morning, there's going to be no power. So let me make sure my BGA turns are all taken so I don't ruin my karma score on BGA or whatever. And then the power didn't go out.
Yeah.
And then, and I was like, well, it's still supposed to be cold the next day because they're saying it's going to refreeze. And then the weather people were like, well, we're still not out of the woods yet because all that stuff that came down on Saturday is, going to melt and refreeze tonight, and it might still crack some power lines or whatever. So I was like, okay, might wake up tomorrow with no power. So after the third day, I was like, okay,
we're not in power.
We're out of the woods, which is good. But like I got myself sidetracked. Like I was trying to say before, there's a part of you when they make this big, at least for me, I can't speak for anybody else, for me, there's a part of you when, when they, let me just take this cough drop. Because I've coughed how many times?
At least 100.
But there's a part of me that is like, well, now that I've done all the preparation and we have the little, not generator things, but like the little battery things that you can plug some stuff in. It's supposed to be used to dump your car, but you can also use it to like plug and charge your phone, or you could run something small like the kettle, the electric kettle or something on it.
We keep meaning to get one of those because we borrowed one of those from Gilbert when the hurricane happened. It looks like a big car battery charger thing, but it has like outlet plugs in it. That thing was clutch.
Yeah, your father bought an extra one, so we have two. But so we had all the preparations. What I'm trying to say is that we had all the preparations. So now you're like expecting something to happen. This you almost want. I mean, you don't want anybody to be cold. You don't want yourself to be cold. Really, you don't want anybody to be cold. You don't want anybody to be sick. You don't want anybody to be without food or anything. You don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. But at the same time, I go about my normal humdrum everyday life. I kind of want something to happen.
Yeah,
because you already told me something's going to happen. So now I'm waiting for it to happen. Which is kind of what those TikToks were like. Everybody standing at the window going, "Where's the snow? Where's the ice?" Because you're expecting something to happen.
I imagine we're going to get some of that this weekend too, with them calling for that 3 inches or whatever.
But they're not making. The thing is, they're not making a big deal out of it like they did this past storm. It's like they spent a whole week making a big deal out of telling people to prepare. I'm barely hearing anybody talk about the weather people or anybody making a big deal out of this storm.
Also, what weather people do you watch? I was talking to my market manager last week on Wednesday, and I was listening to her have a conversation because she was talking to one of the vendors, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw so and so, but if so and so's talking about the weather, then blah blah blah." And I'm like, how do y'all know the weather?
Yeah, because I saw there were TikToks like, "Oh, Jim Cantone's coming down. That means that there's a this and this," or like in this area, Brad Pankovich said blah blah blah, so it's true, or blah 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 blah. But that's the only weather people names that I know, only because other people have said it. I really don't watch the weather.
I don't either, unless it says that there's going to be some inclement weather, like some big like storm stuff. But the only weather people that I know are YouTubers. Because I watch on YouTube, I watch Max Velocity and Ryan Hall, y'all.
I knew you were gonna say Ryan Hall, y'all. I've watched Ryan Hall, y'all, a couple times, but like those YouTuber people, they are so geeky about weather that they talk over my head with weather.
They say a mile a minute. They're like, and then this warm pressure front coming around on the East Coast means that we're going to have a Snorkel.
And the European model is showing us blah, blah, blah. And
like, what does this mean?
That's where I learned about about there being two different weather model things that they look at, the European model and the blah, 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 because of watching Ryan Hall, y'all, a couple of years ago. But
I need weather for babies. Actually, no, what I need? Your news lady that translates the news to Blackanese. I need her to do that for the weather. I need that for the weather.
Oh, so you did watch her?
I watched, because you sent me 2 videos. I watched one of them. I think I started to watch one and got distracted, so I need to go back and watch it. But you said, I watched at least one of the videos that she sent me, and she's good.
But so I spent all that to say, I spent all of my weekend trying to do the things that I wouldn't be able to do if the power went out. And then the power never went out. So like the things that I saved for the power to go out, like I was going to knit while I listened to an audiobook. The audiobook is still sitting on my thing.
Yep.
Because I don't normally do audiobooks, but I downloaded some audiobooks to listen to while I knit, or where I have my My 6-day star blanket is still sitting at the corner of my bed. Just it calls to me every time I walk in my room because that basket's right there at the corner of the bed. I have watched Queen's Yarn Boutique before.
What's
I've
that?
watched her in the past. Um, when she does, because she is a fuller figured gal, she does roundups of
like plus size crochet patterns.
Yeah, plus size knitting patterns and crochet patterns. So I will watch her when she does a roundup of different patterns to just see if there's anything that I'm interested in. That's pretty much when I watch her.
I just need y'all to see the disaster that's going on my table right now.
But I did color because I had one day I wasn't even in the mood to play a video game. I was like, let me just finish this coloring page. And for some reason,
I've got all the paper towels. That's my table being stained from the Sharpie.
Oh Lord.
Because I'm wiping with the alcohol and all the Sharpie juice is just going onto my table. Sorry, continue.
As Ronald is letting you know, Queen's Yarn Boutique, she's a Black lady who knits and crochets. She has a lot of different kinds of content related to that. She also dyes and sells her own.
I have been thinking about dyeing yarn for the last several months. I just don't know. I don't know that I would be able to sell any of that up here, really.
See, I am not that crunchy into the crunchy's not the right word, but as soon as I hear people saying they dye their own yarn, I'm like, okay, you are not. I was just thinking about this yesterday in preparation for today's stream because I was watching yet another person and they were showing their hand-dyed yarn or whatever, and I'm like, that's not me. I'm so the opposite of that. I am so attracted to bright, artificial, neon. I want that bright, full, oversaturated color. Because I see people showing hand-dyed yarns, and
they all look really muted.
Those twists, yes, they look very muted to me.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I haven't, because I'm like, I know I'm not really going to get the colors that I want, but I don't even really want to dye yarn just so I can like knit or crochet with my own hand-dyed yarn. It just looks like a fun craft. I just want to play with water and colors.
See, that's not a craft that has ever attracted me, and spinning has not attracted me, because a lot of knitters eventually try their hand at spinning, and that does not attract me either. Because I think it's because, in general, I am more of a project knitter than a process knitter. It's hard to say that I hate knitting because I keep coming back to it. And same thing with crochet. It's hard to say that I hate knitting or crochet. It's not that I hate either craft, but I do get, I see the thing and I want the thing. And I enjoy it like the first inch of the product. And then after that, it's just drudgery to me until the last inch.
Oh, it makes me think of, I can't remember if I sent this. I think I sent this in the Discord, but it's this girl and she's holding up her book and like there's the first chunk of the book that's like one day, and then this tiny little section of the book in the middle is like 4 months, and then this last big chunk is like one day.
Yep.
That's how I feel about my projects. I'm like, this first big section, I'm like, yes, I'm going. And then the middle section where you can't really see the end, it's like, ooh, this is taking forever. And then you get to the end section where you can see the end, and you're like, yes, I'm going.
That's exactly how I am with knitting and crochet projects. That's part of why I've been attracted to making things like hats and baby items, because like when you make a baby sweater is so small that you don't have time to get to that middle part where it feels like drudgery because what you're doing changes.
Done in a minute. Yep.
It's like 2 rows, you got to do this, and then you got to do the decreases, and then you got to do this, and then you got to do that. So you get that feeling of being finished really quickly. But this part's the drudgery part in the middle doesn't bother me as much these days, simply because the amount of time that I have to crochet or knit during the day, it suits me to have that middle section where it's nothing but stockinette or nothing but rows and rows of single crochets. That's why a lot of projects like my avatar blanket sit languishing, because I know I have to look at that and focus on that. Whereas something like these slippers, where I've got all these rows of all I have to do is knit, I can do 2 evenings of that and watch TV.
Circling back to the statement that you made on Discord, I don't understand how you can like get into a flow state knitting like stockinette, but then if you're working on a project and it's like, okay, do this whole row single crochet, why are you stopping between stitches?
I don't know.
Why are you? It's the whole row, baby girl. Keep going.
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I think part of it is because early on I learned how to knit and walk at the same time, so I kind of can see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know where the stitch is gonna go. Whereas with crochet, I have to stop and look and see, where am I putting my hook next.
See, I know in my heart that if you took just like one day and kind of like practiced crocheting without looking, you would be there. Because I feel that I feel that you have the muscle memory and are just refusing to activate the muscle memory. That is what I feel in my heart.
That's what you feel in your heart, huh?
Yes, that is what I feel in my heart.
But even with knitting, because I'm sitting here doing the knitting now, and even with knitting, I don't truly get into a flow state, because like I do 2 or 3 rows and then I have to push my stitches up and I have to adjust this.
That's something that's the reason that I keep putting my knitting projects down. Having to slide the stitches up the needle and like keep sliding till you get, because with crochet, I feel like you can kind of automatically do it as you're going to the next stitch. I look like I murdered a ballpoint pen. But I feel like, it's also on this hand. How did that happen? I didn't even touch anything with that hand. But I feel like, not already calling out the smoke detector, I feel like with crochet, just the act of doing that, that you kind
that's the other thing. Sidebar. Ooh. The smoke detector. Okay, I thought about that yesterday too, because I was like, well, Isaac's here. I can dig out some batteries and get him to stand on some things and put the smoke detector in. And then I remembered part of the reason we don't replace the batteries in our smoke detector is because
y'all don't keep batteries.
Because that thing will go off if I sleep with my bedroom door closed, because yes, I'm sorry it's distracting, Ronald, but if I replace it, if someone boils water downstairs, it gets
the smoke alarm will go off,
and the alarm will go off. If I close my bedroom door during the winter time and the heat gets trapped in there, the alarm will go off.
Yeah, I am now recalling when I lived there, when the smoke detectors did have the batteries fully charged, the smoke alarms went off all the time.
The smoke alarms went off in the middle of the night while everybody's sleeping.
Truly, I feel like once a week the smoke alarm was going off.
And I'd have to because for some reason the smoke alarm would be going off and my husband would still be sleeping and I'd have to nudge him. I'm like, the smoke alarm would go off and I would like shoot up in bed like this, and he's still over there. I'm like, are you dreaming of fires? What?
Not dreaming of fires.
Why are you not just shooting out of bed when the smoke alarm goes off?
Oh, Ronald is saying replace the whole smoke detector. Throw out the whole thing.
But I mean, it was like that when we moved, from the time we moved in this house. So those were
the house was brand new.
The house was brand new because we had this house built for us. So this was a brand new house with brand new smoke detectors. And they've been doing that since we moved into the house. And that's why we don't rush to replace the batteries, because the smoke alarm will be going off several times a week.
The chirping is better than, imagine if we were doing the live stream and the whole smoke alarm was going off.
Exactly. But I did do a coloring page.
Oh, maybe smoke detectors are only good for 10 years. Maybe it was our fault. Maybe you do need to replace those.
But so what was the problem when we first moved into the house and they were brand new, Ronald?
Mr. Smoke Detector Expert.
But I'll talk to my husband about it when he comes home. But I also did either of you have any of you been watching Crochet Junction on YouTube?
I have not.
There's something for me about a black person with a British accent is just, I've kind of gotten over it now. The first time I heard a black person with a British accent, I was like, oh, there's black people with British accents. When I was like, a teenager, I didn't know. But so now I know, but still I am charmed by a black person with a British accent.
Ronald is worried for your safety. The smoke alarm is not going to go off when you need it.
Don't worry for my safety.
If you're worried for her safety, you should also be worried for my safety, Ronald, because our smoke detectors also kept going off. That was truly my fault. I like to burn incense, and I burned too much incense, and it set off the smoke alarms. And so my smoke alarm is no longer attached. My smoke alarm is on the floor over there. We pulled them out.
Yeah, but you are in a rental apartment, and if something happened and they found out you didn't have your smoke alarm, then you guys are going to be liable for stuff. So you might want to go ahead and put your smoke alarm back up there.
But hear me out. Talking about Crochet Junction, you said?
Yeah. Ron said that he watched the one where they interviewed Lydia and Isaac from Game of Wool, but you only got through half of it. Was it because the atmosphere of it didn't work for you, or because it was very much like just hanging out with people? It wasn't like
I love interviews like that.
You know how sometimes you watch interviews on YouTube and it's very much like a traditional interview. Chatty. Where it's very much like a traditional interview where, you ask a question and then you sit politely and wait for them to give their answer and blah, blah, blah. This was the four of them sitting on couches, their feet up with their projects in their hands and laughing and talking and joking and roasting each other and stuff. But there's also a lot of, kind of talking over each other and blah, blah, blah. And some people might not like that. So I don't know if Ronald said it was so chaotic. And I understand the vibe they were going for, but I couldn't really hear what anyone was saying because they were all talking on top of each other. Yeah, I thought about that. As I was watching it, I was like, I'm fine with this, but I don't know if I could recommend it to anybody else because it is a bit giggly and loud and what have you. But I still enjoyed it. Because I think also for me is because, and it feels like beating a dead horse. But I know there are other Black creators on YouTube, knitters and crocheters. I have been having a very hard time finding ones that I jive with.
Yeah. I feel that.
And I mean, not to say anything against anybody.
Well, different people's video styles are for different people.
Yes. Not everybody likes everybody's video style. And you know, some people I come across are not my style simply because of what I said before. They are more into, they've gotten heavily into the hobby. So they are more on the yarn snob end, where they appreciate more of the hand dyed and the hand spun
and God forbid you touch acrylic.
Yes, you know, Red Heart is not for them kind of group. And there, because I'm talking specifically, I'm trying to find Black creators. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But some of them are on that end. There are a lot of them who are younger than my youngest child. And so I feel like I can't really relate to anything they're talking about. And I don't begrudge them. Like sometimes I'll see somebody giving lots of instruction and stuff. I watched somebody, I can't even remember who it was, giving instruction on, you know, well, when you first start out, you should do this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, you ain't older than a minute. So clearly you must be talking to the other people in your age group who are learning to crochet. You're not for me, because everything you're saying either is very obvious or makes no sense. So you're not for me. So I think that's a lot of what I run into, which I'm going to run into a lot anyway, because a lot of crochet being hot right now.
It's being picked up by all the young gals.
A lot of young gals are picking it up, and so they're going to be making outfits that don't apply to me. They're going to be, you know, or they're new to the hobby, or they don't read patterns, or they're the type who like look at a sweater and go, okay, I'll make that. And then they just pick up some yarn and start just doing stuff. And you know, I'm very much a follow the pattern gal. You know. But then I also run into a couple creators who are my age or older, who feel way older than me. Like I'm 59. But the things that they make and the way that they talk, you would think that they're 70 or 80.
Yeah.
You know. And then sometimes there are just people, and this is rude of me to say, but then there are just some people where I don't like the cadence of their voice.
Oh, that's me with Ariana Grande. And I'll say it up and down, left and right all day. I kind of just don't like listening to her talk. I don't like listening to her voice. I don't like listening to her sing. I do still want to watch Wicked, because everybody's saying that she did a good job, like being true to being more musical theater about it instead of pop about it, and she was leaning more towards the Kristen Chenoweth like style or whatever. So I do still want to see it, but outside of that, I'm done listening to her voice. Ronald says, let's see. Oh, he was saying it was cool to hear a bit of the behind the scenes. And he was saying that's one of the reasons I like Queen's Yarn Boutique. She's very pattern based. Don't care for
and I do watch her from time to time, but one thing you got to know about me is that I don't watch all the videos of hardly anybody except like skit based creators. Like Shauna the Mom has it. There are certain creators that have like a storyline going on. It has nothing to do with knitting or crochet. They have, they have a little world that they've created, and they have their little skits, and they have their little storyline going on. And so as soon as Shauna the Mom put the video up, I'm watching it to see what's the next bit in the story. So yes, those are people that I watch regularly, but the majority of the channels that I watch, even if I like them, I don't watch everything that they do. I pick and choose. And for like Queen's Yarn Boutique, I watched when she did her 6-Day Star Blanket to see what she thought of the pattern. And I watch her pattern roundups of like, tops to make this spring for a plus size gal, or tops to make, this summer for plus size gal, or whatever. I'll watch those kind of videos just to look and see what kind of patterns she came up with. And that, so I don't watch all of everybody, if that makes sense. Even like Passionate Kelsey, I like Passionate Kelsey too, but I don't watch everything that she does. If I see the thumbnail and it looks like something I'm interested in, then I'll stop and watch it.
Oh, my
so
getting worse.
I did do a coloring page. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was in the mood to pick up my colored pencils again. And I think half of my colored pencils are missing because I was looking and I was like, I can't find some of these colors. So I may have taken some pencils out and put a rubber band around them. And
packed me. You're never going to find them again.
Yeah, I know. They're around the house somewhere. I could have sworn I put them back in the thing, but I feel like I'm missing some colors. But anyway, this picture, when I was making it, I didn't like it. It's in the Best of 2024 book that you got me. I didn't like it. Halfway through, I didn't like it. And then I was like, well, I'll just finish it. And when you hold it at arm's length, like about an inch beyond my fingertips, when I hold it that far out, I like the way it looks. So it'll probably look good on camera. But looking at it as I'm coloring it, I didn't like it.
Let's see. Ooh, it's cute! The little sailboat in the moon.
See, even seeing it on camera, it looks much better than it does when your face is in it.
River.
Yeah, you can see all the variations of the
cloud swirl,
and the moon and all that.
Yeah, it looks good on camera.
Water, it looks great on camera. And even in person, when I hold it like this, it looks great. You got a donut too?
I got a donut.
And in the daylight, the yellow looks much better when I was doing it in my room. But I also can see where I didn't get all the way to the edges with the yellow. But yeah, I can also see a couple things that I missed. But this also is the Tetris Quest. Remember,
I remember you saying Tetris Quest. I don't remember
when we opened the book and we were looking to see, okay, what books did these pictures come from? We were flipping through it, and they had the Tetris Quest. Oh yeah, the mountains over here. See, this doesn't even look like mountains when I was first coloring it. Now I realize it's mountains. But
I remember you saying Tetris Quest. I don't remember what. Is it just another like mosaic kind of thing, or did it look weird? I don't recall.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mosaic, except all the pieces. I don't know if you'll see it if I go real close. But all the pieces.
Oh, they're like Tetris pieces.
They're Tetris pieces.
Cute.
And as you can see, the colored pencil looks like I used a crayon. And that's why I started hating it halfway through. Because I was determined not to press hard because I didn't want my arm to hurt. When I've done colored pencils in the past, or more recent past, I've done it real hard to
So you get a like smooth, consistent.
Yeah, so I can get a strong color, and so they could be really smoothed out. I'm seeing several spaces I didn't color in here. What was I doing? I thought I was finished. Oh well.
You were very over that drawing, apparently.
No, I think there are some spaces in that picture that are white that you leave blank, and the numbers in it are gray. And I think also in my bedroom where I color most of the time, I have 2 lights that I'm using. One of the lights has gone out and I haven't replaced the bulb. So I think the combination of all that, I was trying to make sure not to color the ones that were supposed to be left blank.
Yeah.
And the numbers are light. So I think I missed some that were supposed to be colored, thinking that they were supposed to be white.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't see the number. But yeah, that's the only thing that I have colored this week. In yarn news, there weren't any really good. I got several emails, but there wasn't anything really good.
Dang, no good emails this week.
The only thing I saw was, I saw a couple videos where some Targets are getting yarn aisles now. And I saw a video where somebody was saying that she got her Bernat like $3 or $4 cheaper per ball than it was at Michael's. Yeah. She was saying something like it was still $11.99 at Michael's per ball, and it was not at Michael's, at Target, $11.99 at Target, and Michael's had jacked it up to $15 per ball. Yeah, I think they said it was in California. Yeah.
No. I might end up going to Michael's this weekend because I'm thinking I might try to do some yarn braids this weekend before I start the new job, because my hair is just at this like ridiculous length where no matter what I do with it, like before I could put the like gel and stuff in it and it would look cute. Now, no matter what I do, it just kind of looks a little scrungly. And I don't know what to do about it. So I think I might put in some yarn braids. I'm either going to put in yarn braids or I'm going to bleach it. And we'll see. Because bleaching would be faster and easier. But I think yarn braids would give me more of the vibe that I want. Because last time I shaved my head, I shaved it and then I bleached and colored it like before it even got to this length. And so I was growing out the cute like pink and purple. And I think that's what helped me last time. Because this time I haven't bleached. I haven't done any kind of coloring. And I'm like, why do I look lame? I don't like it.
Well, are you sure yarn braids will be okay on your new job?
I'm telling you, when I do job interviews now, I ask up front uniform policy, makeup rules, piercing rules, tattoo rules, hair rules.
Well, at least you're proactive.
Because I know me, and I know I'm going to try to do a silly little thing, and I need to figure out if I'm going to get fired for that silly little thing before I get in there.
Yeah. So are we ready to move on to our... Oh, I also heard that Walmart had a new yarn, but I didn't get a chance to watch the video. So I will see. I will have to watch the video and see next week.
Yes, let us know. Keep us updated.
So, are we ready for our media consumption?
Sure.
What have you been watching? Did I send you that video from Cilla Black? It was like no more harem for Harry.
No, what?
Did I not send that to you?
I don't think so. Either you did and I missed it, or you didn't send it.
Or maybe I put it in the Discord, maybe.
Maybe?
In the What Are We Watching?
Let me get over here.
But, yeah, I subscribe to a channel called Forgotten British Television.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't watch it a lot, but every once in a while something will catch my eye. And they got a series of videos. Cilla Black was a singer from the 1960s. She's passed, but she was a singer in the 1960s that I enjoy a few of her songs, and she later became somewhat of an actress. She's not the greatest actress, but somewhat of an actress. But because she was very popular in the UK, and bordering on national treasure status, and she so she's one of those stars back then. Back in the 70s, people would give somebody a TV show or variety show or whatever. Oh, look at you. And so apparently they gave her a little series called Cilla's Comedy 6, where she had these 6 different 30-minute shows. Each show she was playing a different character, and it was a different storyline. It was like an anthology thing where the story began and ended in that episode, 30 minutes. And I halfway watched one, I didn't like it, and then I went to the next one, No Harem for Harry. It was mildly amusing, so I thought that I posted it in Discord for you to watch.
I don't remember seeing it. And I just looked in the.
Or maybe I sent it to you.
That is more of a possibility. Let me go check our messages.
I'm looking. Nope.
You just didn't send it at all.
Nope, I didn't send it to you.
Rough. Well, you can send it to me now. I'll watch it maybe this week.
Sure, I'll send it to you. But I could have sworn it was in Discord.
Did you put it in the meme channel instead? The meme and videos channel?
Why would I put it in the meme channel?
I don't know. That's where I put everything that's not related to anything, and I just want to send a funny video to people.
No, but this was like a full 30-minute.
Oh.
It wasn't like a quick little meme thing. This was a full 30-minute. So.
You just didn't send it. It's nowhere.
I could have sworn.
Also, while people are here, how's everyone enjoying the meme channel? Yes, we're doing Beat Saber tonight. Is Paris gonna play with us? Yes, tell Paris to play with us.
Beat the Sabers. Beat the Sabers.
Tell him that I asked about him specifically. And if he doesn't play with us, I'm going to go to his house and beat him up.
Maya. You're being rude to your guests.
That's me. That's what you signed on for when you decided to talk to me.
You're so weird.
Are you still looking for this video? We are live.
I know. I am.
Search for it later.
I was going to put it in the thing.
You could put it in the thing later. It's not like if you put it in the thing now, you want everyone to leave and stop watching us live right now to go watch the video you're putting in the Discord?
No,
you want them to leave and come back?
No.
You can do it later.
Okay, I'll do it later. I almost got it pulled up. All right.
That means it'll be right there waiting for you when we're done.
But yeah, so I watched a little bit of forgotten British television. If you're wanting some things to just kill some time, play in the background while you're knitting something or crocheting something, forgotten British television, because this guy has got whole series of things. Like he's managed to find the whole. Like if it's a mini-series, he's got the whole 6 episodes or whatever. You don't. I haven't been left hanging with anything that I've watched, because I had another channel that I was watching, but it was like all pilots. So you watch the first episode of the thing and then there's no more. And it's like, well, I kind of liked that. I wish there was more of that, but you know, it's lost to history.
On forever.
Have you been, before I move on to games, have you been watching anything interesting?
Have I watched anything interesting? Oh, I've been watching Dimension 20 Gladlands as it's coming out. The next episode comes out today. I'm very excited because they come out on Wednesdays. It's the newest season. It's not main cast, but it does have one person that you don't like.
Okay.
But it's good. I see Ronald's comment. I will look at that in just a moment. But it is good. It's basically Mad Max, but like Mad Max Apocalypse Living or whatever. But this one like area of people have decided, actually, what if we have all the Mad Max stuff, but we're pretty chill and nice to each other? And so it's everybody going through like the main the players are part of a thing called the caravan. It's a caravan of people that like go around helping people. So they start off by they just finished a blood drive and they forgot to give out the thank you cards to everybody, but then a big dust tornado spun up, and so they're trying to like outrace this tornado while also giving the thank you cards to everybody who donated in the blood drive. Very good. Very good. I'm enjoying it. Ronald says, "Oh, Dani, I know y'all moved on, but I have been struggling to find my next knitting project. Everything I find says you'll need these 4 different kinds and sizes of knitting needles and how to. And they listed out 12 stitches I've never heard of. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Ronald, remind us, what all have you knitted? I know you did like a washcloth. What else have you done? That would maybe help us give you an intermediate project. And by us, I mean her. I don't. I don't knit that much. I know how to knit. I know how to purl.
Yeah, I won't be able to think of anything off the top of my head, but you know I am good with research. If you give us an idea, you can say it, tell us here in the comments so that people, you know.
Yeah. Anybody after that can look.
But I can also post something in the Discord if I know what you're wanting to make. Mm-hmm. I mean, what kind of projects have you?
The grandmother's dishcloth and then 2 chunky beanies with just knit 1 per 1. So my first instinct is that you could do scarves. Those will always be easy. You could do a triangle shawl. Those are not hard.
He lives in a part of the country where
they would wear scarves and shawls. He could probably do a sweater, depending on how much he has as far as.
But what does he want to make? Because everybody recommends, go ahead and make a scarf. But scarves are like the most boring thing. What do you want to make?
I'm thinking you could probably do a sweater though, if you just like did 1 stockinette, like 2 stockinette panels the size of the chest, and then 2 stockinette like.
Because you're learning to knit in the time of there's a video for everything. I mean, if I was there with you in person, I would be glad to help you, but I am also not very good at doing this on camera.
Yes. He says, I want to make something with the tools I already have. I don't want to buy every needle under the sun. So it sounds like...
I know that.
I mean, if you go to Ravelry, because I know you have a Ravelry account. If you go to Ravelry, you can go in there and filter. You like go to patterns, like you're searching for patterns, and then go through the filter and put in worsted weight yarn or worsted. I always do worsted weight DK and Aran because those are are fairly close to interchangeable, at least for me. And then put in the like size needles that you have. I'm assuming 5mm, 4mm, whatever. Mm-hmm. He said that's exactly what he did, and that you were still getting a bajillion crazy things. What?
Well, what?
Were you filtering the difficulty? Like, did you
Okay,
put like,
I need to know what patterns he's looking at. Give us an example, sir.
are we about to do this live?
Yeah.
Are you pulling up Ravelry or am I pulling up Ravelry?
Oh, I'm not pulling up Ravelry because my computer was already
yeah.
acting up this morning. So I'm pulling up Ravelry over here so I can look at what he's talking about. But I'm not.
Okay. Let me log in because I can pull up Ravelry live and in action.
I am going to bed as soon as we're done with this. I'm going to get some food.
Too late. We're hijacking the stream. We didn't have anything to talk about anyway. Not and then change to double-sided and then change out for a longer cord.
What are you talking about?
In the chat.
Oh.
Let's put this. There we go. Okay. So I want to look for patterns. Let's go to advanced search. We're doing knitting. We want free patterns because I know I pay for anything today. Has photo, yes, because I want to know what it looks like. I'm assuming I'm going to do what I said. DK worsted Aaron. If you have different size yarn or different size needles, let me know, Ronald, and I will switch to that. And then yardage, I'll ignore that because Ronald has, honestly, an entire Joann's of yarn at his house in my head. Needle size. Let's go to, what is it? US 8 is 5 millimeter. I'll do 5, 4.5, and 4. Because again, I refuse to gauge or do anything like that. Let's do piece of cake, easy. And let's do number 3, just to be fun. Okay, so what do we have going on here? We've got the ones he has are US size 11, 8 millimeter. Okay, so let me swap that out. Where did it go? Where did it go? It's already been minimized. Needle size. Get rid of him. Yeah, Ronald's saying this is exactly what he did. But it's giving him a bunch of stuff.
But what kind of project were you looking for, Ronald? Are you just like, you don't care what you make, you just want to try something? And we're just randomly clicking on stuff? Or were you saying, well, I want to make a hat, or I want to make a scarf? Or what were you attracted to? That, because a lot of times I found on Ravelry that you can find similar patterns. Like, you may have found one pattern, but then you can find, okay, so you have circulars.
So I see we got a US 11 Aran yarn. They're the smaller size cord, which is the right size for a hat.
Probably a 16-inch.
Okay, so we need to find something that's not going to need a huge cord. Oh, wait a second. Looking at this, will this do sizes? Small, medium, large, 1X. Okay. Create an easy tunic. It's got the sizes. This says it needs straight needle size 11.
But you can use circulars as straight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if it's asking for straight needle size 11, then he's not going to need a bunch of extra like cords or anything. Also, I don't know what you do for your searching thing. I'm going to save to my favorite so I can send it to Ronald later if I need to. But I don't know what you guys do when you do your search. I throw it on random order every time. You can use your circular needles instead of straight needles, Ronald. You just won't like continue to slide it all the way around. You'll knit it as if it's a straight and then just turn it around.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. I have straights. I rarely ever use them. Because as you can see, I've got this circular needle here, and I'm just going to knit down, and then I'm going to switch hands, and then, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So any pattern that you see, Ronald, that says straight needles, you essentially have that. You would just pretend that there's a stop at the end of the cord. So once you get to the end of the row, just flip it around, as if it wasn't connected.
Just change hands. Yes.
Yeah. Pretend that they are two separate entities, even though they are attached. See, I knew this would help somehow. Not, oh Lord. Have we blown his mind? This is cute, actually.
Because when you did the dishcloth, you didn't do that in the round, right? He said he made the grandma's dishcloth. Because you didn't do that in the round. Yeah, I'm just like knit. And when I get to the end of this, all of this is going to be on this side. And so then I just switch hands and do it again.
He said that he knit the dishcloth on straights.
Okay, so you know what to do on straights. You knit it on straight, and then when all the yarn ends up in your other hand, you switch hands.
Yes. You just kind of pretend that the cord isn't there.
Yeah, try to pretend the cord's not there. Pretty much.
It's a lot of scarves, though. Nah, you're good. Scrolling through patterns is one of my favorite pastimes.
It is one of your favorite pastimes. While you're scrolling, have you been watching anything?
Not watching anything. I have been playing. Did I talk about Moss last week on stream?
Yes, you did.
Okay, yeah. I've just been playing more Moss, but I had to stop playing. It got scary. It got so scary. Yes, the little mouse game got scary because I finally got to the castle where the evil forces have taken over the castle, whatever, and they have these big like eyeball sentry robots that like if you fall into their line of sight, they'll like shoot a freaking laser at you. And and like I first get to the beginning of the I get to the very like entrance of the castle or whatever, and there's one that is like, if I were holding it, it would be the size of like a cantaloupe, is how it appeared in VR. It looked like it would be about the size of a large cantaloupe, maybe a watermelon, but like just a large melon size. And so I like navigate my tiny little mouse around that, and then we get to like the big like entrance to the big capital C castle, and there is an enormous one, like so like this big, so big.
Oh Lord.
It is like just so big, and it's hard to explain. Anyone who's played VR will understand, but like VR is very good at just making your brain think a thing is real. Like it's the size of everything.
You playing this game VR? No wonder it's scary.
Yes, and like the sizes of everything, the placement of everything, especially if it's a well-made VR game, it feels like you're in a place, even though like you can clearly see you're not in a place. But it like, especially if you're in the game, like playing stuff and you're focused on playing things, it feels like you're in the game. And so there was one point where that giant laser thing turns towards me, like me, not just the mouse, but me, and I'm like, It was freaking scary. And then there's a giant snake that keeps popping up out of nowhere, and I'm not scared of snakes. I am not my papa. I am not scared of snakes. I like snakes. This is a villain snake. This thing is scary. Yuck. It glows red. It has crazy fangs. It is scary, and it keeps like they do a very good job because you'll get like so focused. So I am like looking at tiny details because I'm focused on my tiny little mouse friend that I'm navigating through this thing, and all of a sudden giant snake.
Oh no.
It got scary. I had to put it down.
Well, like I said, I've been playing games. I told you last week that I tried Heartopia on what's the word? iPad. I tried Heartopia on the iPad, and I didn't like the controls because I could not. It was too sensitive, and I couldn't adjust it, and it was just I would overshoot. Like I'm supposed to walk up to a person to talk to them, and I try to walk up to them, and I end up running past them, and what have you. So I just, and this is a I guess you would call it. They're calling it something else, but I guess you would kind of call it an MMORPG. Because there are other live players in there, like on Palia.
Okay.
But there's farming and fishing and all the things, but everything is listed as a hobby. So I think you don't have to do all the things. But anyway, it's also available. They finally made it available on Steam, because when I was talking to you last week, it was either you could download it on Android or iOS, or you could go specifically to their website and do a workaround to get it on your PC. But now they've also got it available on Steam if you want to go through Steam and just download it, which some people, it's just easier for them that way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have, one of the complaints I've heard about it is that it doesn't have controller support. So you either have to, if you're playing on iPad, you got to use the touch controls, or you have to use the keyboard if you're using it on PC, and not just the keyboard, but you have to use the WASD. And usually when it says WASD, I can do my arrow keys anyway, and it doesn't matter. Nope.
This one says absolutely WASD.
Yeah, this is one of those games where they say WASD and they mean WASD. So that's one thing that's slightly annoying. But also, maybe I watched too many people play through the beginning of it, but I just was not feeling it. I mean, the controls work better for me on the PC than they do on the iPad, but I still just was not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of PC controls in general, because I'm not a PC player. So if it doesn't have controller support, I'm not playing it.
I mean, like I said, the controls worked fine for me. I wasn't feeling it because of the controls. I just felt like, I think I watched too many people play the beginning of it. Maybe if I get past the beginning of it, because it's free, so it's still on my computer, so I can try it later. But it's like, I was not interested in building a house. I'm telling you, Wildflowers has ruined me.
Ruined for life.
Because Wildflowers, because one of the things that was never my favorite, going way back 30 years ago when I was playing The Sims, I have never liked building the house. I have never liked,
because you feel like you can't place things in the right place.
Exactly. I've never liked building the house. I have never liked trying to place furniture in a house. I don't like it. Even on the games that I play on mobile that have because they have those hybrid games, what I call hybrid games on mobile, where you play a match 3 game and you earn points, and then you go back to the cafe to fix up the cafe. But or you go back to this thing to give somebody a makeover or whatever. But the ones where you're doing the decorating, which there's a lot of them, so I guess they're popular. The ones where you're doing the decorating, I prefer the ones where they're not asking you to place anything. It's like the cafe is already set, and you
just pick the thing that you want there.
Exactly. It's like, okay, for 3 points, you can renovate the walls or paint the walls, and then you pick what color you want the walls to be. Okay, for 3 points, you can get rid of the old beat up counter and put in a new counter, and they show you 3 styles of counter, and you pick the one that you want. That is what I want to do. If I have to redecorate something, I don't want to have to. Even in Wildflowers, I had some placement where I had to put all the cauldrons and things in my basement. And even that I messed up arranging my my plots for.
Ronald is saying love and pies.
Yeah, where they just tell you what you thought I would have an idea for. What did I miss?
Oh, that's just from before when we were looking at all of the knitting stuff. He was saying that he didn't mean to hijack the stream. He was just thinking that you might know off the top of your head a good pattern to do.
Well, I will think of something and I will put it in Discord.
This slipper pattern looks pretty.
Because these days I'll be honest, like your father will walk up to me and say, "I'm stopping at the grocery store on the way home. Do you need anything?" And I cannot think of a single food that I like to eat. I cannot think of anything. My brain goes completely blank. So he knows now, just text me if you need anything, because an hour, 2 hours after he leaves, then I will remember, oh, we need hot dog buns, we need butter, we need blah, blah, blah. But if you ask me on the spot, I can't think of a single thing. And Terry does the same thing. She'll say, we're getting ready for this weekend. Do you want me to pick up anything? Nope, can't think of a single thing I need.
Yeah, we're the same way, which is why I have made Wayne start using, oh, you'll never be able to see that. I'm just going to minimize. I am looking at the slipper pattern because it looks like something that Ronald might be able to do. I'm just trying to vet it and see if there are any weird things going on.
You're so sweet. Also, while we're talking about, I also tried Potion Punch 2 on Apple Arcade, which is, it's kind of like a cooking game, except you're trying to help people with potions or whatever. It's on Apple Arcade. I like it, but it doesn't seem to want to work on my iPad. I may try it on my iPhone, but it doesn't seem to want to work on my iPad. And it made me think, and this is like the second or third game where it loaded, but it didn't like really work very well. Like it would repeatedly crash or something. And I'm starting to think, is it time for me to get a new iPad? Not that because I try to hold on to my devices as long as I can. And this iPad was new. And all of you guys,
new when
you bought it for me for Mother's Day, and I remember all three of you. I can't remember when. I would have to look it up though, because I remember the three of you bought it for me for Mother's Day. You all went in, or the four of you all went in together and got it for me. I feel my brain wants to say 8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't recall, but also new 8 years ago is no longer new.
It was pre-pandemic. Oh, hush, Ronald. But it was, when I'm saying new, I mean, because you know how we are. Like this phone that I have, this is a new to me. This Apple Watch is a refurbished new to me. So, but that's what I'm saying. Even this computer, my new work computer that I'm using, is a refurbished new to me, because that's how I am with technology. I am like 5 generations behind.
Down the line.
Refurbish it and I'll buy it. But that iPad, you guys all went in together, and that was new. That was the current generation iPad. When y'all bought it. So it wasn't like used, bought from the pawn shop, refurbished, nothing. It was new out of the box. And so it's lasted me a long time. And that's why in my head, it's like, well, this was not a used device. This was new. So in my brain, I feel like I should be able to hold on to it for a while longer. But I'm getting to a point where some of the games are not, because like with Potion Punch 2 in particular, which I like, but the art style makes me think of a cartoon or something that somebody has.
Are you going to pull up a picture? Or actually, I'll pull up a
I'm going to try.
No, your computer doesn't like it.
Potion Punch 2.
Potion Punch 2?
Potion Punch 2. And I know, but I'm also hesitating because I went on Reddit and there's already been some things on Reddit where the developer has said, yeah, I know there's a bug here and there's a bug there in this new Apple Arcade release. So maybe it's not my iPad. Maybe it's their device. Maybe they've got bugs. But
it looks like what cartoon is it?
It looks like a cartoon, but I can't think of which cartoon it looks like.
I think Gravity Falls is the one I'm thinking of.
Because I don't watch cartoons. But
I think it looks like Gravity Falls.
But it's pretty much kind of like a cooking game. There's supposed to be a story. I haven't gotten very much to the story yet, other than I'm there to help them because the guy who runs the tavern or whatever has been shrunk down to a mini size. But so basically you play the round where you're serving the people the fish and the potions, and then you get to the end of the round and it says, yay, you've got to the end of the round, now you're on the next level, you've earned these new things, and then it won't let me go past it. It won't let me. I click all over the screen and it won't let me move past it. I have to completely close the app and open it back up to move on. And I don't want to have to do that with every level. So
I thought it was Gravity Falls, Ronald. I was like, am I placing the right cartoon? I think
I've heard of Gravity Falls. I've never seen it, so
you wouldn't enjoy it. It's a lot of like slapstick kid humor, which you would not enjoy.
No.
And then also it's like a mystery kind of thing, but not in the style that I think you would enjoy. I think just all around you would not enjoy it. Paris said yes, what time? He also said LMFAO at me going to his house to pick him up. Let's see, I have to go to market today, so like 7 p.m. EST is the time that I expect to hopefully be home. Yeah, because since it is winter market, I don't have to stay until 6:30. I can leave at 6, which means 7 p.m. EST. Yes, 6 p.m. CST. Are you leaving for work?
I'm about to leave with my Uber.
The boy is leaving me.
Bye, Rainbow.
He said bye.
I'm waving at him. He doesn't see me. Bye, Rainbow.
He saw you.
Did he get my Did he get my message about the book? Because he did not respond to me.
He did get your message about the book. He was upset.
That's why he didn't respond, because he was upset.
Yeah, he didn't respond because he was upset.
Yeah, I will try. If there's another book that he likes, I will give it the good college try. But
he's upset because you didn't get to the good character. I'm trying to explain to him that that was never going to be a book for you. But she said if you have another book that you're really interested that you think you would like, she would try, just not in that series.
Yes, on Netflix, called 13 Reasons Why.
Not 13 Reasons Why. Get out of here.
Did he? Was that a joke answer?
Yes.
Okay. The 13 Reasons Why is not for me. But also, I wanted to point out to you, since you liked Golden Girls,
I did.
Not the same type of show, but it does have one of the same actresses in it. Maude is on Tubi. I don't know.
Is that with B. Arthur?
Yes.
I'll go check it out because she was my favorite in Golden Girls. So I'll go check it out. You said it's on Tubi?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's on Tubi. It's free on Tubi. So.
Yes, Ronald, as long as the book fits a very specific set of conditions.
Oh, hush.
So particular.
It doesn't have...
Like time travel. Has to be a specific kind of time travel. Doesn't mind a rich person, but they can't be an annoying rich person. She doesn't mind smut, but it has to be closed door.
Quit making fun of me.
Very particular.
I really am. No, I'm sincerely, if he has another book that's not 1,000 pages long, I'm willing to give it a try, because I am trying to. That's why I'm going through my TBR and trying to read some things that have been on my TBR forever, because I have nonfiction on my TBR. I have other genres on my TBR, because I used to read stuff other than romance. So I have other genres that when people have described them, they sound interesting to me. But But just for the past 10 years, I have not been able to get myself out of my romance circle.
If it makes it any better, he I think originally tried reading the book and was having a hard time. He started the book like 3 times, and then he when he finally was getting through it, listened to the audiobook, and he really likes the audiobook narrator for those books. And I think that helped him like kind of get it, because he said he started trying to read it like 3 different times and was very confused by the different like perspectives or whatever he said. I don't recall what was stopping him initially, but
well, the bit that I read of it, it wasn't that I had trouble reading it. It was that I had this feeling. It's kind of like, this is a weird comparison, but it's kind of like, have you ever watched the TV show Good Times?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. No, we are not talking about Heated Rivalry.
We are absolutely not.
I haven't.
We're talking about the Stormlight Archive, the Brandon Sanderson books.
Yes.
That are very dense fantasy novels.
But honestly, the reading it was not difficult for me. It flowed very nicely. I like Brandon Sanderson is, very more description than I need, but it still flowed very nicely. But I could tell that there was always going to be war. And there was always going to be war. There was never going to be any peace. There was never going to be a time where they got away for, like, maybe there's war over here, but they went over to this town. But they're chill
for a little while? No.
They went over to this town and there was a festival or something.
Based on him telling me about the book, there is no beach episode. There is no fantasy episodes. It's a lot of war, emotional turmoil, physical turmoil, a lot of emotions.
Yeah. And so I could tell.
Yeah, they go on tiny little dates in the midst of the war. No.
If I could
read another book that is less war.
Because I like powers and magic and all that stuff where the assassin came to kill the king and they were describing the different powers he had. That was fine, but it was like, can we not have a minute after that?
It's never going to feel like anyone's safe.
No. Kind of like when, what I was trying to compare it to was like when I was a kid and I used to watch Good Times, and I used to like that show. It's basically, if you don't remember what that show is about, it was in the 70s, a family living in the ghetto, and there was always an episode where somebody was about to get a good job and they were going to be able to move out of that apartment, and then something happens and they don't get the job. Or they're about something good. Somebody's about to win a cash prize for something and they're about to win it. And then somebody cheats and somebody else gets it. It's like and that's when you realize they're never moving out of that apartment.
That's the point of the show, is they're stuck.
Because it's the point of the show. But it's like they're never going to move out of that apartment. They're always going to be poor. When I was a kid, I didn't quite get that, and I'd always get my hopes up and whatever. But as an adult, I realized, oh no, I can't watch these shows or read these books or whatever where someone's always going to be poor. It's always going to be sad. That's why I don't read like dystopian.
Yeah.
Where everybody's living in a burnt out shell of a house and scrambling for food and stuff like that, because there's never going to be a happy point.
Or like if there is a happy point, it's tainted by war and sadness.
Yes. So maybe I can learn to read. Oh Lord.
Ooh. There is another series though that he told me about that you might like. I listened to like the first 2 chapters. I think we listened to it during the hurricane because he had it downloaded. But it's the Dresden Files. Have you heard of that one?
Yes, I've heard of the Dresden Files.
Yeah. I listened to like the beginning of it, and I keep meaning to go back and listen to the rest of it because we have the whole series now on audiobook. But we have the whole series now. But the bit that I listened to was real good. It's just a gritty detective wizard
Yeah, because I think I was trying to remember some, because your father decided he wanted some audiobooks. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to get you? Because all I read is romance. I'm trying to think of what to get you. And I was trying to think of what he might like. And I ended up getting him like an Easy Rollins mystery. And then I downloaded something like The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. And I downloaded a Miss Marvel, because the last time he asked me for audiobooks was over 5 years ago. And he wanted to try out audiobooks, and he liked 9 Degrees. Oh my God.
Might even get up to 10. They're going to be roasting.
Oh Lord. It's 38 here. But, yeah, it's 38 here. But,
no, we got 27.
And the last time I got an audiobook for him, I remember he liked the one or two, and then he never asked for any more. But he liked the one or two I got, where it was kind of like a family drama, where, you know, this neighbor's fighting with that neighbor. It's like, you know, Black people, and this neighbor's fighting with that neighbor, or there was a scandal in the church because somebody was stealing the money or something like that kind of thing. So I think The Secret Lives of Church Ladies was that kind of thing. So I downloaded that for him, and so I don't know which one he listened to, because he wanted to listen to him while he's on his trip. I don't know which one he listened to, because I can't tell from here, because when he's on the ship, it doesn't we're sharing the same account.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't
Audible?
Update it. Oh, no, library.
Oh, okay.
Libby. But it doesn't update it. So I don't know what he's in the middle of. He wanted me to be surprised, but I don't know what he's in the middle of. I downloaded for myself Prudence from Gail Carriger.
Yes. I was like, that sounds familiar. Yes.
I didn't, because I read all of Gail Carriger, that first series, and then Prudence is like a
isn't that about the daughter?
Yeah, it's about the daughter. It's a spin-off from that, but I never read that when it came out. And so
I haven't either. I didn't finish The Parasol Protectorate, because I think I got to like the last book or the second to last book, and I think it's the last book, and it was just like, it felt so different from the first book that I really enjoyed the first book, but it felt so different from the first book that I was like, I don't like, I'm interested.
Yes, Ronald. Yes, Ronald.
Okay, I was looking at which one. Oh, Greater Asheville area? Yes. Sorry, took me a minute to process.
Not me, her.
That is me. Not even the greater area. I'm in the middle of town.
But so I downloaded Prudence. I feel like I read all of the Parasol Protectorate, but I honestly don't remember the last book.
I feel like the first two were the best ones, and then
I do remember that the first couple books felt lighter than the series as it went on felt heavier. So I do remember the first couple books feeling lighter. I did read the first book in another series Gail Carriger did, not a spinoff from Parasol Protectorate. This was called...
Is this the finishing school one?
Yeah, the Etiquette Finishing School thing. I read the first book in that series, and I enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't continue, but I listened to that one on audiobook.
I thought about listening to that one.
That
one's set for a younger audience, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's what I thought.
For a younger audience, so there's definitely no bedroom activities,
no scandal.
But I find I'm not big on audiobooks, but I find that I enjoy an audiobook if it's read by someone who has an actual English or Scottish or Irish accent, not an American trying to do an accent.
Are you saying that I can't get popular reading my audiobooks with a Scottish accent? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Stop it. Because I'll go into a giggle fit. Stop it. And I also downloaded The Heart Principle because I listened to it's Helen Huang. It's a romance based on Asian characters.
Okay.
And I read the first one and it was really good. I can't remember the name of it, but I read it. It was really good. The second one, I downloaded on audio to listen while we were on vacation because, I've gotten to the point now where I have to listen to something to fall asleep. So I downloaded that to listen to as I fall asleep. That one was so good. Very emotional, but very good. And for some reason, I don't know why I never got this third book. I think because either it wasn't out yet or it was out and there was a hella waiting list. Because her book, this book series was so popular that even now there is a waiting list. I had to wait to get this third book. And it was published several years ago. So, but it's due in 10 days. I hadn't listened to it because I was saving it because I thought the power was going to go out.
Gotta listen to it fast.
So now I got to figure out what to do with myself. I got to figure out something to do with my routine to break out of my rut of watching YouTube every day. Just skipping through YouTube, watching videos about board games and workplace skits. And
so I'm checking my Libby because I really want to listen to that one time I got drunk and saved a demon, that series I want to listen to. So I read the books. I didn't listen to the audio. I read the books. I'll get through it faster if I listen to the audio. But I so it's still on hold. My wait time right now is about 2 weeks. I'm the first person in line. There are 2 copies in use, 9 people waiting total. So there's several people waiting after me. I'm finally now the first person in line. Guess when I placed this original hold on this book?
I can't even imagine. Bye,
October
Ronald.
30th. Bye, Ronald.
You placed the hold when?
October 30th. I'm finally now the first person in line.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you because that Brandon Sanderson, I had totally forgot that I had put it on hold while we were in the car and your man was talking about it. We were in the car on the way down.
I didn't think that you actually put it on hold.
And when we were in the car on the way down, I pulled my phone out and I put it on hold. And then I didn't get it until 3 weeks ago. Whenever I sent that message to him. So I mean, it was months.
So long.
But that's what happens with the popular ones. You're on hold for a while.
This book is only 7 hours. Why is it on hold for so long? It doesn't take that long to get through it.
Because a lot of people like me, because in Libby you can choose to hold it for 7 days, 14 days, or 21 days. I put 21 days because I know I'm not gonna. You can choose to check it out for that long because I know that I'm not going to get to it right away. So I put 21 days, and I'm still holding these books. I put 21 days. I still got 10 days left.
As I'm done reading it, gone.
Oh yeah, when I'm done, I send it back right away. I send it back early. I don't let it just sit and send itself back. If I'm done reading it, I send it back. But these I haven't started. And I still have 8 days left. I set that for 21 days. I have 8 days left on Prudence.
You better get to it.
I haven't listened to it yet. It's 13 hours. I haven't listened to it yet.
You gotta get to it.
But I'm saying that's why you are waiting so long, because people will check out the book for 21 days, let it sit on their device thinking they're going to listen to it eventually, and then not get to it. But they'll hold it because they think they're going to get to it. And so that means the next person in line is waiting. And then the next person in line is
people to figure out that they need to turn it in so I can listen to it.
the next person in line is going to do the same thing. I had several Hoopla books that I just went ahead and turned in because I knew I started and I read the first chapter, and it's like, I'm trying to be honest with myself as far as, like, I got really enthusiastic about, I'm going to read these books that have been on my TBR for years so I can finally, this is the year I'm clearing out my TBR one way or the other. And I downloaded a couple books thinking that I was going to read them. I read the first chapter and then I never went back to it. And I've still got it for a week and I never went back to it. And then finally it's like, you're not going to finish this book. Just go ahead and send it back so somebody else can read it.
That's low-key what I'm thinking about doing with my physical book that I told you could read. I'm like so close to the end, but I'm not finding any good times to just sit down and read the book. And I'm like, maybe I'll send it to you. And then once you finish it, I'll get it and read the last bit.
Because you're not finding any good times because there's something about it that it's interesting, but not interesting enough. Because if it was very interesting, you would have finished it.
It's
because
not even...
There are books that I have been enjoying so much that I have stopped working to pick the book back up and finish reading the book.
It's truly not even that it's not interesting enough. It's that physical reading is so far removed from how I have set up my life that now trying to find a place to sit down and read. If I sit down and read, I'm like, oh, am I missing like what videos are coming out right now? Am I missing my videos? Or, oh, I could be crocheting right now, but I can't do that because I have to have my book in my hands. Or, oh, I need to do this or that or the other or whatever. Like I can like listen to an audiobook. I can listen to an audiobook when I'm driving to work. I can listen to an audiobook while I'm at work. I can listen to an audiobook while I'm cleaning the house, while I'm crocheting, while I'm blah, blah, blah. And so I have turned reading into a secondary thing that I do while I'm doing something else. So sitting down and making the reading the primary thing, I'm like, I could be doing something else because I want to get to the end of the book.
I relate in the opposite direction because that's how the way my life is set up. Audiobooks are just not a thing I'm going to do. Because like when I'm sitting down at night, I'm usually catching up with my BGA turns. I am watching YouTube videos. That YouTube is like crack for me these days.
It is.
It's hard for me to not turn on YouTube and just have it constantly in the background. And so it's hard for me to turn that off and do something else. And then I only have a few hours of that. And then your father comes home and then I'm watching TV with him. So I'm not listening to audio with him. I could listen to audio while I work, but my work is such that it's not like when I had that data entry job where I really didn't have to think. I kind of have to think just enough that I would miss something in the book. And that's why YouTube is good to have in the background, because if I miss something, I don't care. It's easier to rewind or whatever. So I'm just the opposite of you. Audiobooks just don't fit in my life right now. But if it's one of those things where if I carved out a little niche and made myself do it.
Yep.
Because that's how I was several years ago about reading books. It's like, I want to read more books, but I don't have, when am I going to find time to do it? And that's when I started the wake up earlier in the morning and read in bed before I get out of bed thing.
I wish I could do that. I want to be the kind of person that just reads early in the morning. If I were to get up extra early in the morning and pick up a book, I would be knocked out. I would try to read it and I would pass right out.
And to be honest, for the past couple months, that has happened a little bit where I will read for a couple hours and then I will get sleepy. I will get so sleepy that I feel like I need to take a nap. But I haven't attributed that necessarily to reading, because it happens with other things too. But sometimes I'll be playing my BGA turns and then I'll get so sleepy I feel like I just need to conk out. So I don't think it's just the reading, because I never was a person who fell asleep, but reading made me sleepy. You know what I'm saying? some people say reading books makes them sleepy. I was never a person where reading books makes me sleepy.
If I get too comfortable, I'll be sleepy. I have to, if I'm reading a physical book, I need to be just a little bit uncomfortable. Otherwise, I will go to sleep.
Crazy. Well, I think you need to get ready for the farmer's market.
I do. But just one last note. So I went back to my Libby to see what books I had on hold. So the 2 books that I have on hold are That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon and some scandalous looking audiobook. I don't even remember putting this on hold. It's some scandalous looking book. It's called Kiss of the Basilisk. What is that? It sounds so scandalous.
I don't think it's cast scandalous, but no, not familiar. Don't know that author at all.
Scandalous.
Don't know that author.
One of the tags that it has under Libby is erotic literature.
Oh, Lord mercy. That's not you.
Scandalous.
That's not you.
I think it was when I was looking for fun romance books, and maybe I had heard good things about that one.
Oh, if you want fun romance books, you just have to ask your mother.
But I want just like a fun fantasy little slice of life. Like, I don't want anything to be serious, really. I just want people talking.
I can send you some stuff. But you will like that Kimberly Lemming series. I enjoyed that. I think you'll like that.
I think so. I remember when they were first coming out and everybody all over TikTok was like, this is the books to read. And I'm like, I'm trying, but audiobooks are hard to acquire.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll like them. I haven't listened to them on audio, but I think you'll like them. One more thing before we go, I just wanted to throw in this shower thought, is that remote learning and to a lesser degree remote work have ruined snow days.
Repeat those words.
Remote learning and remote work have ruined snow days.
They have, because now you can work at home, and no, I hate it.
Because I remember I was watching the weather report over the weekend when the sleet first fell and everything was white and beautiful, and they were talking about plans for and it was still there on Sunday, and they were talking about plans for Monday, and the guy came on and said, yes, the schools are closed, but that doesn't mean there won't be any learning because we'll be doing remote learning. And I thought, oh yeah, kids today, they don't get to have
Kids today, that's what I had to deal with 1st through 4th grade when you were homeschooling me. I didn't get any snow days.
Oh, that's true.
Kids today.
That's true.
Oppressed. I was oppressed. I got no snow days.
Oh, it'll be all right.
It won't. I grew up like this. This is because I got no snow days.
It's all my fault.
Yes.
It's all my
This
fault.
is what happens when you get no snow days.
But it just hit me that it's because I worked on Monday too, even though a lot of places were closed or didn't go in. Your brother and sister were off anyway, but like they were closed on Friday and Saturday because of the weather coming up. Whereas I, still work for me because I don't leave the house.
I did.
So as much as I appreciate the remote things, I appreciate what that's opened up, because now people can work from home and not have to be, which works well for me because then I don't have to be around other people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's unfortunate that you don't get to have the snow days.
In exchange for having the comfort of working in your own home, you give up snow days.
You give up snow days. You give up that excitement of, oh, they've called off work, we're going to hunker down. I think that's another reason why I was almost hoping that we would have a power outage at least for 30 minutes or something. Because like we were going to play board games downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if the power went out, we'll set the lights up over here on the end of the table and we'll play some board games and stuff. But we didn't play board games because we were saving it for when the power goes out. And the power didn't go out.
Yeah, I was super excited when they called off work on Sunday because our store had what's called weather days, and so they used it as a weather day. So we all still got paid for that day.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. They have 2 weather days a year, and they used one of them yesterday.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, go ahead and do your outro, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone who has made it this far. We have been the conversation chair, conversing with ourselves and with you. If you liked everything that was going on, hit the like button, the thumbs up, you know the one. If you disliked everything that was going on, hit the subscribe button. We might change your mind. If you have anything to tell us, did you get a snow day? If you got a snow day, let us know in the comments. And if you want to know when we're going live again, so you can be there to chat with all of us in the chat, talk about knitting and crochet and 10 degrees Fahrenheit and all sorts of things like that, hit the notification bell. And it'll let you know when we're going live. And then I'll be there 30 minutes later.
You're so rude.
Bye.
Peace out, y'all.